Good morning. The next question of leaning is when must one lean? The Gemara in Pesachim on Daf Kuf Ches Amud Aleph writes that matzah tzarich haseba, maror ein tzarich haseba. That matzah requires haseba, maror does not, which makes sense according to the reasoning that leaning is trying to show a means of royalty, of freedom. It makes sense, therefore, that we do so during the matzah. All of the times we eat matzah, whether it's the matzah mitzvah, whether it's the korech sandwich, or whether it's the afikomen, we should be leaning. However, maror we do not lean for. What about the 4 cups of wine? The Gemara brings 2 conflicting opinions. One who says that sarich haseba, and one says ein sarich haseba. However, the Gemara reconciles these and says that it's not actually a conflict, but it's referring to the first, and that it's referring to 2 and 2, that there are 2 cups of wine one must lean for, and 2 cups of wine one need not lean for. However, what is complicated is that it is not clear which we should and which we should not lean for, and therefore the Gemara's conclusion is, after bringing rationales for each approach, is that at the end of the day we should lean for all 4 cups, since both are presented as valid opinions. The Ran, in his comments on the Rif, points out that this seems to go against what we normally would do. For normally we have a concept of suffik derabanan lekula, that when we have a doubt for a rabbinic mitzvah, which the 4 cups of wine are, that we should go lekula, we should be lenient and therefore not lean. However, the Ran brings a number of reasons why that is not the case. First of all, he writes, because here it's not such a big deal, so normally we'll be lenient, but since there's not anything to lose from it, and it's not a major tircha, we should go ahead and do it. However, he then quotes an alternative opinion, which is that if we would go suffik derabanan lekula, then we would have to say that on each 2 cups, and ultimately we would do away with the mitzvah altogether. And thus we don't say suffik derabanan lekula when it comes to leaning for the 4 cups of wine, because we will not say that in the case where we will uproot the mitzvah altogether. So we see that at the end of the day, and that is the way Shulchan Aruch rules, that we lean for all times we eat matzah, all 4 cups of wine. And there is a major question, and not for maror, there is a major question about karpas, which we will hopefully cover in another segment. Finally, the Rambam writes that when does one lean? At the time that we eat a kazayas of matzah minimally, ubishtias arba kosos halelu, in the 4 cups of wine, ushar achilaso ushtiyaso im heisev hareze meshubach v'im lav eno tzarich. Writes the Rambam, the more the better. The more we continue to eat, it is praiseworthy to do so, and that is in fact brought in the Ramah as well. We will discuss in a later segment what to do during karpas, and also what happens if one did not lean. Have a great Shabbos.